Hey, welcome back. This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. And I'm going to do one more experiment with AC adapters for the Grundig Satellite 800. And one of my theories, although I'm pretty sure it's destined to fail, is to use one of my regulated power supplies, which has a constant voltage out. Where am I pointing? Okay, there they are. There are two of them here. This is a 12 volt output, and this is a 13.8 volt output. Right now I'm using the 13.8. I've already looked at the output on the scope with a load, and it's clean. It's just as clean as the lab supply that I showed you in the previous video. So now I have it hooked up with, come down here, I've got the loads. This is the load that provides about 750 milliamps of load, and this is the DC to DC converter. This one is sold by D-Rook, and I'm going to put in 13.8 volts, and I've set it to output 9 volts, which is what the radio wants. And we're going to look at the output on the scope to see what it does. Now, what people have told me, these are basically the same idea as the adapter I showed you in a previous video, the AC to DC adapter. The concept in the circuitry is a switching regulator, in this case a converter, and therefore they'll have that ripple on it, that high frequency ripple, making them unusable. So we're going to just take a look at that. We're going to look at the scope here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. We'll zoom in. Well, actually, I'll show you the converter turned on. It's off right now. So I'm turning the power supply to it on. It comes up with a little intro. I've already set everything up. We can zoom in for a second to show you what it's showing me. Move over a little bit more. Okay, it's off right now. It has an on-off button right down here. I've got everything set up to output 9 volts and current regulated at 1 amp. So I'm going to turn it on. So it's putting out 8.97 volts, and it's putting out 0.872 milliamps. Excuse me, amps, 872 milliamps. So it's working, but if you go over here and we look at the scope, where did the scope go? Oh, it's over there someplace. There it is. Look at that ripple. This is, again, high frequency. It's basically in the neighborhood of the same frequency that the AC adapter, the little AC module switching regulator, was giving me. And it's on, right now the scope is on 10 microseconds per division sweep, and the vertical scale is 5 microvolts per division. So, and we'll ground it quickly, and we'll position this so it's zeroed, because the scope does drift. We'll go back to AC. So it looks like it's plus or minus 5 millivolts, total of 10 millivolts. And just like the AC adapter, that's too much noise, high frequency noise, that gets into the radio and makes listening to shortwave radio band impossible, because you hear this AC ripple all across the band, and it's loud. So my concept of using this converter here, get back in the picture, to convert my 13.8 volts power supply, which is very clean, the output of that's very clean, to 9 volts using one of these devices ain't gonna work. It just ain't gonna work. So anyway, that kind of concludes my testing of trying to come up with a solution to provide power to the Grundig Satellite 800 radio so that I could run it off of AC instead of batteries. The only solution I have presently is to use my lab supply, which is a variable supply, which I can adjust at the supply to the proper voltage, and it works great. The radio works fine. There's no noise on it. So right now, for what I have, that's the solution. Now, I could build my own converter, a simple converter, to convert the 13.8 volts down to 9 volts. That's another possibility. I'd have to order some parts and some capacitors and stuff like that. For right now, I'll just use my lab supply when I want to use that radio. So that's the show. If you enjoyed this series, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.